welcome back. I am Tanya, and this is the Soapy Bubble. You know, in soaping, when I'm at vendor shows, I notice there's two things that draw people into the soap. One, it's either the colors and designs, but then when they're picking, it's the scents. You know, they will pick up a bar and think, oh, this looks like it would smell good, and then they don't like it. You know, or they like this one, it's cute, and it's like, oh, it's got a fruity scent or whatever. And so it's kind of funny, you know, it's soap is soap is soap. You know, I've had people buy bars to match their bathrooms. I've had people buy bars that they just think somebody in their household will like it. You know, so the look and the design plus the aromatherapy of the bar is huge at selling, even though at the end of the day, it's just soap. Today, we are talking about a soap and all that in the video. So let's roll this beautiful soap footage, and don't forget the chit chat at the end. Okay, and to our soap, Eucalyptus Mint. There's a lot going on with this soap. We are doing a skinny drop pour with a hanger swirl, and I'm showing you some cold process embeds that will be in one of our upcoming fall soaps. As you can see, I forgot to put my clay, my kaolin clay, into my soap. I know approximately pretty close to how much that scoop weighs, and so therefore that is approximately 1.5 to 2% of my oils is the clay. So if you have 20 ounces of oils, 2% would be 0.4, 1% would be 0.2 ounces. It amazes me when people, just different things like averages and ratios and percentages. Do they not teach this to you guys anymore? I mean, it's just a question, asking for a friend. But okay. So to the embeds. These embeds, like I said, are for a upcoming fall soap. They are my little strawberry molds. They are beautiful. I think it's Voodoo and Trial by Fire blend for the colors. Why cold process? Cold process embeds are great as well, don't make them too far ahead. Like a month ahead might be, you know, depending on where you're putting them, it might be hard to cut. But they stand up well if you see pop your soaps, if they're on top. If they're in the middle, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I've never had one melt. But on top, depending, if you see pop it and it gets too hot, you can melt your embeds. So that's why I am cold processing these this time, because they will be on top of my soap. Back to our Eucalyptus Mint. This fragrance oil is from Nurture's Handmade. It is a beautiful, delightful, refreshing scent. I have used it in bath bombs by special order. I have used it in lotions for special orders. Never used it in soap before that I recall offhand. I might have. I don't think so though. I don't think so. And so this was fun. This was, you know, I'm like, this is gonna be cool because I haven't used this one in soap. So how am I supposed to tell people like this works great in soap if I've never used it in soap? There you go. Right? So, okay, you saw what I did with the saran wrap and that's all I do. And then I just let them sit there till I make the soap. Okay, so, not a big deal. My colors are titanium dioxide, and aqua teal was the first color by Brambleberry, and Savage Garden by Nurture's Handmade was the dark green, which I will say again is my favorite green. The aqua teal by Brambleberry, I love that one. I love using that in It's funny, I don't actually use it in a lot of soaps, but I use it for shower steamers and bath bombs and, all that jazz, just because you can. It's hard to find because you can't use ultramarine green or chromium. Is it chromium green? Something like that. You can't use it in bath bombs because it'll stink like eggs. Just a little tip there. Okay, back to the soap. A skinny drop swirl. We start with just a little bit on the bottom, just enough to cover the bottom with our base color. White is my base color. And then we proceed to pour however much we want to. We can do small, little, just one time back and forth, or we can do multiple times back and forth, which is what I am doing, of each color. And then continuing to pour approximately close to the same amount of times down the mold, or in the mold, not in the middle. A drop swirl. A traditional drop swirl starts with 2/3 of the mold full with your base color, and then you pour 1, 2, 3 times at the most of your other colors. Okay? And that's it. And those are cute. Those are super cute. Like my sweet orange chili, that one was amazing as a traditional drop swirl. But you don't get the swirls, right? You don't get the swirls. And I like the swirls. And so this one is going to be all swirly because I'm doing the drop swirl with, I call it a skinny drop swirl. I'm sorry. I've probably made up that term because I sure do like making up terms, though, to fit my needs when I need to call it something in my notes, because, that's what we do, right? so we know what we're talking about. Okay, so we just continue pouring these colors, and we reserve a little bit of the each color for the top. You wouldn't necessarily have to, but because of the hanger swirl, you don't want to do anything with the top until you run the hanger through it. Now, I am just doing a back, forth, back, and that's it. Very simple, very, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a butterfly or anything like that. And if you're questioning what a butterfly is, I actually have something planned coming up in the fall, sometime down the road. Not anytime. It hasn't even been made, but it's on the list. Does that make sense? It's on the list. Everything's on the list, let me tell you. Okay, for the top, I'm just decorating the top, but I was kind of going to try and do a leaf pattern, but I had so much of this Savage Gardening green that I was like, this isn't going to work. Do you see what I mean? I had so much of it. So then I was like, well, okay, so if we swirl this, if we just swirl it together, and then I put the lighter aqua teal green, we're going to call it a green, on top, I can possibly then, you'll see what I mean. It's kind of a chunky, not quite a leaf. It didn't turn out quite like leaves. You can, if you do spots, you can drag your skewer through just one time, and then you can make like little leaf looking things. It's really cute, or little hearts if you do it like totally through it. But yeah, I just decided to decorate the top like this. I think I did eco glitter. Did I do eco glitter? I did. Okay. I'm like looking at my notes going, did I do eco glitter? I don't even think I put it in my notes. Uh-oh. Time to edit the notes. And then you just take a little skewer, and I took a little screwdriver, stainless steel screwdriver. Yeah, because the first one I grabbed wasn't stainless steel. And stainless steel screwdriver, and just, popped it up and made little leaf things. Aren't they cute? Just you know, fanciful. My dog's nuts. Little whimsies like Bob Ross, you know. We can put a little leaf here. Ding. I should tell you the story about my daughter and her painting at work, but that's for another day. And the next day, look at that. See the top? Isn't that really cool? I just love the top. It's amazing. Okay, and I have a test for you. Do you like the way I cut this soap or not? Is this a better way to cut the soap, or do you prefer to see it from the top angle? I would love to know. Put your comments in the comments below. But I decided to do it differently, and my gosh, check out those swirls. They are so fun. I just love how they turn out. You just can't beat that, right? It's just so cute. And I got my little spatula, and I'm just cleaning up my edges. I get a little goofy cut on the bottom from my wire cutter, and so, you know, instead of me trying to rub it in like right there, I just, you know, run my little spatula across it, and voila! And there's hardly any scraps from this at all, which is nice because I really don't, you know, people complain about their, you know, they have all these things and they make confetti soap, and I'm like, I do. I love confetti soap. Like, they're so cute, right? I just, you know, I don't know. I mean, I do have, you know, one on the list to do, and which fragrance oil, and I do have extra, you know, little soap pieces, but I don't actually save like these little pieces because there's really not much to save. I'll just stick it in the bowl and use it in the wash water when I wash my dishes. But anyway, here are the soaps when they are just cut, and here are the soaps when they are totally cured. So what do you do for fun? What do you live for? I guess those are two very different questions, aren't they? Like, what do you do for fun? That is just, you know, fishing, hunting, soaping, gardening, you know, needlepoint. I don't do needlepoint. I've done it. I'm just not good at it. Yeah, you know, so it's like, what do you do for fun? Because if you're all work, and in the busyness of our lives now, it is so much work to keep up with just life in general. It's like, do you do for fun? And I guess that's how I got into soaping, because that was my sanity saver. And yeah, sometimes it's stressful too. I try not to let it be, because it is, you know, my creative outlet. Yeah. But what do you live for? That's a question to ponder. You know, at the end of the day, what did you live for? My daughter and I always, you know, are you living to work? Or are you working to live? Two very different questions. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so what do you live for? That's a good question. I just kind of blow myself away every once in a while. I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. You know, gotta think about that. What do you live for? At the end of the day, what is your goal? Like Secondhand Lions. Have you ever seen that movie? Gosh, my kids love that show. But if you ever get the chance to watch that show, it is a good show. At the end of the movie, he's like, they really lived. And he's like, yeah, they really lived. Guess that's my goal. What do I live for? Just to live. To not waste my time scrolling on my phone. My husband thinks I do that all the time. And I'm just like going, that's a 30-second brain reset, you know, just to you know, especially if work is stressful. But, you know, sometimes you just need to, like, erase your mind for a second. Look at other people, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not right. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your feelings. Tell me what makes you happy, and tell me what you live for. I will leave you with 3 things. Be kind, be forgiving, and be you. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I will see you next time. God bless.